Yo, what's good? It's your boy Do Speaks,
It's your boy Jason Alexander.
and we are the Clearly Confused podcast where we are unscripted, unfiltered, and probably off topic. Jason, what's happening with you, my guy?
Ain't nothing at all, man. Just chilling, man. How you living?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good, man. I gotta say, man, I always love the shirts you bring out too, man. I always got the nice, always got something nice and vintage and solid on there. You know what I'm
Ah yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Once hey, I ain't gonna lie. Once we made the decision that we was gonna do this, I bought us shitload of t-shirts because I was like, man, I gotta make
I
sure I
need.
come correct when I'm gonna be seen on video and shit.
Oh
So
yeah, I'm with you. I
I
need to
always
step
try to
my
have a
game
new one
up.
every week, but I'm gonna start having to bust out some replays. But I appreciate that because I put some thought into my t-shirt game. I
That's
can't
good,
front.
man. It's dope, man. It's dope. Yeah, I like them. I always like a nice style. That's what I need, man. I need to get my tee. I was telling my wife that I was like, man, I need to get my shirts up, man. I was like, I ain't like shop for clothes in so long, man. I'm like, it's time to get a little rebrand going. You know what I'm saying? Get back
Yeah, oh
right.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with
um,
that at all.
nah, not at all, man. But let's see, man. Let's go ahead and let's get into these mentals, man. How you
All
feeling
right.
this week?
Man, I am sitting at 8.24, and that is a shout to my
Okay.
boy Kobe
Whoo.
Bryant because
Shout out
all
Kobe.
I've been seeing all week long is all this disrespect for my guy Kobe Bryant. And I don't understand what he did to piss all these people off from the grave. But apparently he's done something because all everybody's doing this week is talking shit on Kobe Bryant. And despite that bullshit, I'm still good. I'm still here.
Mm-hmm.
8.24 for the week. That's how I'm checking in. That's how I'm coming with it.
I ain't mad at it, man. I definitely ain't mad at it. Yeah, man, I don't know what it is. It's like Kobe to me, he's always like gotten respect. Obviously, you can't knock him or nothing like that for sure. But it's like
Right.
one, I'm always like, why does he never get brought up in like GOAT conversations or nothing like that? It's
Hmm.
always MJ, LeBron. I'm
Yeah.
like, why we acting like Kobe wasn't that nigga? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. For years. For years.
Yeah, I
You
don't,
know, I, I,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I know folks love LeBron. I don't hate LeBron. I'm not a LeBron hater, but LeBron had to break all of Kobe's records. So
Hmm.
we got to quit acting like Kobe wasn't that dude. Like you
Yeah,
said,
come on, man.
LeBron broke his records. Those are records that
Hmm.
Kobe set. So we can't. I don't understand where it's coming from, but it's all good. And man, I can't lie. I know you in Virginia, so
Hmm.
man, I've been banging that clips all week
Whoo,
long.
boy.
Man,
Oh,
that
that
album
Clips has been
is
nasty.
fire.
Yeah,
Man,
that
that album's
album.
fire from front to
That's one of
back.
those repeat. Hmm.
Yeah, that's all I've been banging this week. So I gotta give a shout out to the clips for having my mentals at a good spot this week. Because I'm telling you, man, I've never been more excited to get in my car and drive to work because the whole thing bangs.
Hmm.
So yes, shout out
It
to the
does,
clips.
man. Yeah,
Thank
it
you.
definitely does. Yeah, they put into it, man. I love people that just have love for the craft like that, man.
Exactly.
Cause you can just feel it, man. They're like, we're not putting out no bullshit here. We're not gonna put
Right.
out nothing that we think they want to hear. They're like, nah, we just gonna put out some real shit. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? They like, and
Yeah.
that's why. What do you say, man? I think they were talking about it too. Like, we make music not for the everyday, average listener. We
Right.
make music for the real ones that
Yes.
actually want to hear the bars, the grimy, they respect all the
Yes.
quality and work that's been into the production, all that. So it's like, yeah, that's all. I just, man, it's just every time you hear clips, man, that stank. It just gets you a nice stank face every time. You like, ooh,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every song, man, I'm like, ooh, oh
Yeah,
man,
bud. Yeah, you already know. My boy Raekwon comes out tomorrow, so I'm really gonna be on. I'm gonna
oh
be on
man.
cloud nine for at least the next month and a half, man. At least.
Yeah, I love when good music comes out, man. It's always nice, man. That
Yeah.
sets a tone for real. People don't realize that, man. Good music sets a tone. It can
Mm-hmm.
create your whole vibe, man, for the weekend, for the week, whatever,
Yeah.
man. It's you can get into a good zone with some good music, man. That's why I can't listen to some of this boo boo, man. I gotta have some quality shit.
Yeah.
Every now and then I'll listen to some, with some ratchet shit. Just I'm in that mood. But
Right. Right.
overall, like I need some quality, man. I need you know what I'm saying? I need you to spit some shit for me.
Oh yeah, you right. You right.
For
And the
real,
clips
for
did
real.
that shit. But where
Oh
your
yeah.
mentals at this week, man? How you living?
Man, you know what? It started off it was a pretty bad week starting off. I ain't gonna lie, man. My
Word.
mental was I was probably like 3, 4. If you'd asked me this about 2, 3 days ago,
Damn.
I'd have probably been about a 3 or 4, man. It's just life was lifing, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But man, I'll tell you what, man. It's been trying to stay positive. And I will say, man, I try to do uh, just change my perspective on some things, man. I
Mm-hmm.
think that helps me out personally a lot. So first, let me say I'm gonna say I'm a 9.2 right now.
Okay. So that's a big turnaround.
It's a big turnaround. Um, but yeah, I'm a 9.2. But what the main issue was, one, just work shit.
Right.
Shit, everything, man. Anytime you get unexpected shit where you got to spend a shitload of money, stuff like that,
Oh yeah.
that's always just super stressful. Health shit. Again, my talking about my whip. I had to get a transmission put in, and just it's been one of
Yeah.
them situations where it's like nobody could figure that shit out. Like,
Oh really?
yeah, man. It's the problem with a lot of these newer cars. That's why I just want to go back to just getting some older shit. The
Mm-hmm.
newer cars have a little bit too much technology in them, and then
Right.
when
I
they
got
do them, something goes wrong. Nobody knows how to fix the shit.
you. Right. I got you. Damn.
Yeah, so
Damn.
pretty much I'd been had a transmission put in. That wasn't the problem at all. It's just nobody could program it to the car. Like
Really?
it was, yeah, it was. I'm telling you, the shit, man, that I had to go through. It's just been exhausting, man. So I had to lose it on the place that's fixing it. I really
Mm-hmm.
lost it on them. But I think we're good now. But I had to get some shit off.
Yeah.
They had to feel me on that one.
Yeah.
And I ended
Hey,
up taking it somewhere else. I went off on them and I took it off because I just felt like they weren't doing enough. And I get it, man. It's it's new shit. Nobody knew it. Nobody knew how to fix this problem. I'm not putting that on them, but they just could have been a little bit better. So I lost it on them for some
I hear
shit.
you,
But then
man.
I actually got it towed. Towed it to the dealer, man. I know a real my service advisor there, man. I've been rocking with him for years, and he's helped me out a lot. Even with a case, I had to chase down some money from Valvoline, fucking my car up on a oil change one time. So
Damn.
yeah, he helped me out with that big time, man, and helped me get that paid off by them because yeah, it was
Okay.
a headache. I've been having some headaches with this whip, man.
Man.
Um,
What kind of car? What kind of car are we talking about?
it's a Nissan Rogue. I use it.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right. I
it's
got
my.
you.
I use it for my work. So I've been using. I drive a truck for like just my personal shit.
Right.
So I've been having to use my truck for work, man, which has been killing me with gas and
Oh,
shit.
I
And I
bet,
drive
man.
all over the place, so it's been killing me.
Well,
But
I
I
mean,
did get a call today about it.
gas is down to $1.90, so it can't be hurting you too bad,
Shit,
right?
I wish it was $1.90. I wish it was $1.90, but
I couldn't resist. I had to get that one in.
nah, nah. But nah, it's man, I got a call today, man, that my shit's good to go to come pick it up.
All right.
Yeah. So I was like, oh my god. So I'm gonna go pick it up tomorrow morning, and then it's like the perfect timing too, man. So I'm at a 9.2, man. Today's my last day at work. I'm off for a
Ooh, all
week and a
right.
half, so I'm like, man, I wanted this shit squared away before I went on vacation. So like now it's like, man, I got that peace of mind. I can go
Right.
on vacation. I ain't gotta
Oh
be
yeah.
sitting there stressed out, ain't even enjoying shit. You know what
Yeah.
I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
So man,
Oh
I'm
yeah. Definitely been in that boat.
it's good, man. But like I said, the perspective thing, just to circle back on that, man, I've been sitting here just irritated over that shit. Just a bunch of other stuff. But then I was talking to one of my coworkers, and he was telling me about he was in the hospital, and
Hmm.
I'm like, damn, man, he's got some shit going on. And he was like, I was like, so what? I'm like, they gonna keep you there overnight? You gonna be good? And he was like, shit, I might be in here weeks. He was like, I don't know. And I'm like, damn. So it lets
Weeks.
me know how serious it is. So I'm like, man, I'm over here
Yeah.
crying and shit over a car, and this man's over here worried about health. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Life.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Oh yeah. I hear you. I
sometimes
get
we
that.
just need that perspective, man, just to say, you know what? My problem ain't that bad because I'm sure there's somebody else that would love to have the problem I got right now. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's
Yeah.
but no, man, I'm good, man. I'm off tomorrow. Tomorrow's just kind of finalize, finish shit up, and then me and the family road tripping, man.
All
Hitting
right.
up Toronto, Niagara
Ooh,
Falls and shit. So
okay. All right.
it's gonna be good. Steelers fan too, so we stopping halfway there and back. Is it Pittsburgh is like the halfway point from me. So I'm like,
Okay.
shit, we go to Pittsburgh and show the kids the stadium and all that good shit.
Oh yeah. That'd be pretty cool,
So
man. That'd be pretty
nah,
cool.
yeah, it'll be a nice trip, man. So it's yeah, I ain't taking this shit for granted. I love family time. I love being in the position to be able to do, family trips. I mean, I know a lot of people
Mhm.
can't afford shit like that.
Right.
I get it. Shit, that's how I grew up too, so I definitely understand it. But yeah, man,
Hmm.
I don't take that shit for granted at all.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we both got big immediate families, so
Hmm.
I know a vacation can be a grip, and I know, and
Yes.
it's hard. Like trying to get where all my kids are older, trying to get them all together so we can take that family vacation
Hmm.
it's just been real difficult these last few
Oh
years. So
yeah.
I'm hoping that we can all get together and have one big nice vacation with all the kids and whatnot. So I'll make sure I'm on Instagram so I can see your Niagara Falls pictures and the pictures of the stadium. Maybe I'll
Oh
see Aaron
yeah.
Rodgers outside smoking some crack or something.
Ah,
He
yeah,
do
he
another
probably
good
will
deed.
be out there shooting up and shit. Shit, shooting up. Oh hell, man. Oh man, but
Oh,
now let's see, man. Let's get into it, man. We got some good topics for y'all, and we appreciate y'all too, man, for sending in some requests.
yeah.
That's what we like to hear. Like to get that feedback, that engagement. So
Hmm.
appreciate y'all. Appreciate everybody on TikTok too.
Right, right.
Uh, we definitely had a clip that stirred some emotions with some people.
Yep,
That's
yep.
good, man. Get it off your chest. Whether you agree with us or not, get it off your chest, man. It's a safe
Yeah,
space. We're here to
absolutely.
talk. We're not here to be combative.
No, no, not really. But if you're gonna call me racist, at least let me be talking about something that has to do with race. That's my only
Mm-hmm.
request. Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, folks have called me racist before, but that's usually when we're talking about race. In that clip, we didn't say shit about race at all,
No.
but they still like, man, you racist. And it's like, what the hell, man? What y'all on? But
People are funny, man.
yeah,
That's
oh yeah,
why
people are funny.
I just like they comment and keep it moving. I was like, yeah, I appreciate your comment, man. It
Yeah,
was
I
no
couldn't
matter
resist.
what dumb shit you said.
Yeah, they caught me one morning when my coffee hadn't kicked in yet, so I had to reply at least on once or twice, but
I ain't
I
mad
ain't
at
getting no
it though.
replies back. So what? It's all good.
You
Whatever.
never get a reply back. Yeah,
Nah,
that's how
shoot,
it
no.
goes.
Hey, but I love the engagement though. I hope y'all see more clips and keep it up. So we'll see what
Absolutely,
happens.
absolutely. So first topic out the gate. This is like a no brainer here. We got to talk about my man Trump again. It just what? It's funny because I've been feeling bad. I'm like, damn man, we always end up talking about
I
Trump
know. I was getting ready
politics,
to say the same
something.
thing. I was
I'm
getting ready
like,
to say
shit.
something like that.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm sorry y'all listening. Like I promise we not trying to do this, but shit, it happens every week. I mean, we ain't
Every
got no
week.
choice but to talk about it. It's funny because the podcasts that I normally listen to have spent a lot of time talking about it too. So I'm like, shit, everybody's kind of stuck. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? It is what it is. It's the
it's a
world we
hot
live
topic,
in.
man. It's
It is.
if we ignore it, I feel like we're doing folks a disservice because
Mm-hmm.
it's really that big of a topic. Everybody's talking about it. You can't escape it. Not right now. And I mean, so
Oh no.
we gotta we be doing a disservice if we didn't give our opinions
Oh,
on it.
absolutely, absolutely. And we are the clearly confused podcast, so we
Hmm.
want to clear up some of this shit for you.
Oh yeah.
So for those that don't know, I don't know, you've been living under a rock or something here lately, but
Hmm.
there's been a lot of pushback. I'm not even gonna say pushback. There's been a lot of confusion going on
Hmm.
with the release of the Epstein client list.
Or the lack of release.
Yeah, lack of release or lack of there even being existence of a list or anything like that.
That's right. It don't
Um,
exist no more. That's right. I
yeah,
forgot. Don't
doesn't even
exist.
exist.
That's
Yeah,
right.
people went to jail and shit, but it's not here anymore.
Yeah, man.
So
Ghislaine Maxwell is sitting in there in a
yeah, for
cell
nothing.
right now because of a hoax.
I did see they did put out a. I was wondering when that was gonna happen, but they did put out a. At least some. She put out a statement. Her attorney or whatever put out a statement or whatever on it. Just pretty much saying like, "Yo, nigga, how am I here?" You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
And
Ain't shit happened, but I'm here.
that's
Like,
the
come on.
statement she should be making. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting for
Oh
Elon
yeah, I would
Musk.
ride that shit all
I'm
day.
starting to wait for. I'm waiting for him to start banging the drum and say, "Hey, get my girl out of jail," because I know
Hmm.
she's cool with Elon as well. And you
Because
know
it's
what I'm
gonna
saying?
be like that too. It's like, hey, if you can't have both things, you can't say there is no list and then keep me in here. That you gonna have to pick one. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah. And it sounds
You
like
gonna
she's
have to
the
pick
one that's
one.
gonna give me my freedom. So let's make this work.
Hmm. So real quick, I wanted to give just a quick timeline for everybody, just so again we want to clear this up for y'all. So let's get a timeline of events. There's a lot of shit on here. I ain't gonna hit on every one of them, but I hit on some of the big ones. So February 21st of this year, uh, AG Pam Bondi says the Epstein client list is sitting on my desk and being reviewed.
Mm-hmm.
We all saw that sitting on my desk being reviewed. Like I
Child.
heard it, I've seen
Yeah.
it. Everybody's seen these clips now.
Mm-hmm.
February, 5 days later, February 26th, Bondi further promises to release a lot of flight logs and names.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. February 27th, DOJ distributes binders of Epstein-related files to pro-Trump influencers. These contain no names, only previously public records. So they say they were gonna put out some shit. They put out some shit that was redacted, had more redacted than the shit that was already out. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like you just gave us less information that we already had.
Oh
We
yeah.
already had some redacted shit. Now you gave us even more redacted shit,
That's right.
which
And
is
that was called,
crazy.
I think that was called phase one, if I'm not mistaken, or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Let's
phase one
see.
of the Epstein release.
Mm, crazy. Yeah, we'll release. May 7th, Mondi claims there are tens of thousands of videos showing Epstein with minors and started explaining different delays and shit on getting those files. Spin us around to July. So July 7th, the DOJ and FBI released a memo concluding there's no incriminating client list, no evidence of blackmail, and confirmed Epstein died by suicide. They also released surveillance footage from the night of his death. Shortly after, analysts note nearly 3 minutes are missing from the surveillance tape. So they put out some shit that's been doctored with and just thought nobody was gonna fucking know.
And yeah,
Uh,
and they doctored it with Adobe Photoshop. And that was found out by folks who know how to do all that good tech stuff and figure that
yeah.
stuff out.
Oh yeah, they
And
can tell. Yeah, you
yeah,
can tell if
yeah.
anything's been
So
doctored.
not only was it doctored, it was doctored with something you can buy at Best Buy for $69.99.
Yeah, at least use some
Not
top
no
shit.
high
Yeah.
government tech. Yeah, I'm sure the government got all kinds of tech they can use, but they said,
Yep.
screw it, we're gonna go to Best Buy, get Adobe Photoshop, and we're gonna fix this video. That's basically what happened. But
Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's see. July 11th, 12th. DOJ's refusal to release more documents enrages the MAGA base. Former FBI officials and Kash Patel and Dan Bongino
yeah, something
reportedly
like that.
considered resignations amid pressure. Ain't nobody resigning.
Nah,
Of course, Elon goes off. Yada yada yada.
right.
Um, July 14th, Republicans block a Democratic amendment to release the files. July 15th, Speaker Mike Johnson breaks ranks in public calls for transparency. And here lately, we've been seeing a whole lot more Republicans coming out, speaking against this,
Mhm.
demanding transparency, things like that. We've gotten a lot of good jokes and shit off of it.
Tons of good jokes. A lot of influencers are jumping off the ledge too. Well,
Oh,
I'd say
yeah.
a lot, but some prominent ones like Nick Fuentes and Candace Owens, they're definitely making their
I,
opinions known.
Oh yeah, it is funny seeing Candace Owens flip like that.
I feel like she's in a position where she's got thrown into the water and she's just swimming around trying to find somebody to throw her life preserver. Because right now
Mm-hmm.
she's just out there and her grift is strong and she's still gonna grift. But right now she ain't got no country right now. She
Nobody's
just
claiming her. Yeah.
no, she ain't got nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like she's trying to see what's gonna stick and whatever sticks she's gonna grab onto that and she'll be back at it and doing her thing in no time. But yeah, she's turned on him. Nick Fuentes has turned on him. A
Yep.
couple other influencers. I'm drawing blanks right now, but I've seen them. I've seen them on Twitter all week long, just going off
Mm-hmm.
about how they can't believe that Trump might be
Yeah, like
involved with Epstein.
the funny thing about this, man, is that it's kind of what we always talk about this every week. They're playing in our fucking face, and
Yeah,
this one is like the biggest play in your face. It's like, come on now, nigga, you can't obviously think we all that stupid. You know
right,
what I'm saying?
right.
You can't obviously think we all that stupid, and then you just keep telling us to forget about it, let that shit go. Like, why
Yeah,
we keep talking about it? Nah, like I don't. This is one of those ones. Like, if you are a Democrat, you better not ever stop bringing this shit up.
you
I
shouldn't.
any kind of like, if I'm a journalist, anything, I don't give a fuck what we talking about. You better bring up Epstein shit every single time, especially when you run on this. Like, I'm gonna release all this, that, and then all of a sudden there's no. Oh my god!
Right, right, right. The problem is with the Democrats is, I think anyway, is that there's some on that list, so they're just as afraid
Oh,
of that list as of the Republicans, and they
that is
already
why it's
know.
not coming because
Yeah,
that's a bipartisan fuck up right there
yeah,
because there are
absolutely.
definitely some high mighty people from both sides
Oh yeah,
on that damn
absolutely.
list on
Yeah,
them
I mean,
flight
there's
logs.
no question at all. And the part that gets me the most is a lot of this stuff is not really new information. You know,
Mm-mm.
we got the flight logs a long time ago,
Oh
well
yeah.
over a year ago. We got the flight logs, and we saw who was all over the flight logs. And there's always been speculation of who's been on the list. There's always been a list of folks that we know were on that island, whether they partook in the illicit activities or not
Mm-hmm.
remains to be seen or not seen. But we've always seen a list of people who have been to that island. I mean, and whether it's always, it's just never been a secret, I don't think.
It's
So
not
to me,
nah.
the biggest surprise is folks coming to this realization now. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so you know, we're not gonna talk about the 34 felonies that he got
Mm-hmm.
convicted for. No, we're not gonna talk about the fact that he lies pretty much every time he says something. We're not gonna talk about what he did on January 6th when he helped incite a riot.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about Epstein. And we knew about Epstein a long time ago. Like
Yep.
we knew about it, like we knew about Epstein to the point to when he committed suicide, we weren't surprised. Well,
Nobody was.
committed suicide, I should
Yeah.
say. No one
Mm-hmm.
was surprised. And it goes back to who was in charge and who was in the leadership in that time when he was there. So I I guess I guess I understand for the MAGA folks that are turning now a little bit. I
Mm-hmm.
understand
Yeah.
a little bit
Some of them are.
because they've
Yeah.
been so blinded by their beliefs in him that they haven't been able to see the light, I guess, so to say. But they ain't got no choice now. You really
Yeah,
ain't got
but
no choice.
see, yeah, I think it's just what it is that it kind of pisses off his base now because they've dealt with a lot of lies from him. They will always automatically make some shit up to cover for him, whatever have you. But
Hmm.
when it came down to this pedophile shit, I think
Yeah,
there was a line where people were like, "Hey, now, nigga, like,
yeah,
hey,
yeah,
bro, come on, you went too far on that one. Like, I'm here to support, but we talking about little kids and shit that got raped
yeah,
and trafficked, and you're covering for them. You the
yeah.
one that's supposed to be for the people. You're covering for them." And think about his base too, because they know there's Democrats on that list too, high
Hmm.
Democrats. 'Cause they always allude to Bill Clinton and shit, and the Clintons
Hmm.
being out there. So they wanted even more for that. They was probably thinking, yeah, put that list out there so we can get the Clintons and them all caught up and Bill Gates and whoever and shit. Get them
Right,
all caught up, whatever. So when you say no, it's like, what do you mean no? Like the
right.
hell? So it's
And
interesting, man.
not only know, it's we're not gonna talk about this. Why are you still talking about this? That video
Yeah.
tripped me out. Why are we still talking about this? It's like, why do you think we still talk about it? But
Yeah, cause you lying. Shit.
yeah, it's like, come on, man. It's like, come on. And
Dog.
a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, Ty Carmack, I'm gonna give him some credit, and I'm gonna give him a nice little shout out. My boy Ty Carmack, he said, so let's say that they do somehow get the list out and it's got all these people on there. He said, what happens next? What are they going to do? And my first action, my gut reaction is they're not going to do anything.
They
You
can't
know,
because there's too many big people that are probably on that list. Like, what are you gonna do
yeah,
if Trump ain't gonna let out a list that's got him on there?
no,
What we
shoot,
gonna
no.
do? He gonna
What's he
just
going to
get
do? Pardon himself? I mean, what's he
yeah,
going
the
to
fuck?
do? I mean,
Like,
like it's nothing is really going to happen. And truthfully, I it might sound crazy, but say that list gets released, and say everybody's on there who we think is on there. You know, from Trump to Clinton to Bill Cosby to whomever. Say they're all on that list. Say they're all on that list. At the end of the day, nothing is probably going to happen because, again, like I said, they're not going to arrest themselves. But
nope.
where do we go from there? I think that's going to push them to put Project 2025 more into motion than it already is in motion because
Oh
we're
yeah,
already in the clutches of
we
it right
deep in
now.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, so I think if anything, if that list came out, that's going to provoke them to go all in even more than what they're already all in. So it becomes a question. It's not that I don't want the list out, but at the end of the day, it's like my boy Todd said. What are they really going to do? What are they going to do if that list comes out? And the answer at the end of the day is probably nothing. Probably
yeah.
nothing at all.
Just like everything, you think you get all this proof, and you're like, "Oh, it should be an easy slam dunk case. Get this motherfucker up out of here." It never is.
No.
It never is. But no, I don't know,
Mm-mm.
man, because I get it. But if you feel like the fact that some of his fan base is turning on him, let you know how serious this is to people.
Oh yeah, it
And
could be. It should be
yeah, and
very
I'm
serious.
glad I'm kind of glad this is happening because it is that one thing that's kind of uniting both sides right now. Of, hey, nigga,
Hmm.
we don't play that pedophile, sex trafficking, all that shit around
Yeah,
here. So you need to come out, be clean with us because now you lying. You know what I'm saying? Now
yeah.
you done got to. You could have just been like, if I'm him, I'd have just been like, look, we ain't releasing that shit. It's got some crazy shit in there for public safety. We can't release it. Yada yada yada.
Yeah, yeah,
But
and
when you say
that,
there ain't no list, that's what did it for everybody.
yeah,
What
yeah.
I
I hear
personally
you,
think is once you made that bold faced lie, like what? Like
yeah,
yeah, that changed up everything. But I think we're so impacted, we're emotional about this. That's why the only way you're gonna get MAGA to turn is if they really emotional about what the
yeah,
hell just happened.
yeah. That's
So
true.
I don't think I understand. Like he's gotten off on a lot of shit slides, but I do think whether it's some official shit happens, but I think if that list comes out and nothing official happens, then I think that's when you can get some public unrest from every side, and it's gonna be us versus the government for real
Yeah,
as a people.
and it should be at that point because
Hmm.
I think I think people from both sides will be in agreement when I say the government just needs to be revamped at this point. It just
Oh
needs
yeah,
to be overhauled and redone. And this is not me advocating Civil War Part Two or
nah,
World War
it's just
Three
we
or
need a
whatever. I'm
better
not
structure.
advocating any violence or anything like that. But the government needs to be restructured, needs to be revamped. Everybody needs to be gone, and we need to start all over with fresh
Hmm.
folks. Something, and billionaires just had to figure out what they're gonna do with the new batch of folks they got in here. But I
Hmm.
just don't see anything changing from the government with the current government that we have in place. And like I said, that's on both sides of the aisle. Not just it's not just me shitting on MAGA. You know?
Hmm. The only way I think you ever have like a full government shakeup like that, to where it's like, all right, we just need to revamp this whole thing, is if you get some really rich, powerful people that just have epiphany and no longer want to be greedy and shit like that, and
Right.
then they make the changes. Because us, it's just common folks. What can we do? We can vote. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All we have is voting power. We can't
That's
really
literally all
change
we got.
anything. Yeah, we have voting power. It's going to be the people with the money that's at the top 1% would have to change it. But it's like, why would they change to hurt themselves?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's just never gonna happen, man. And
No.
I'm not gonna say I don't blame them, but I mean I get it. Who's gonna do things that's gonna hurt your pocket, that's gonna
Hmm.
hurt anything? And I don't care if you got $1 billion, you ain't gonna want nothing that's gonna hurt your pocket.
Yeah,
And as long as you got
you're not.
control and power, you're gonna take advantage of that control and power. I don't care who you are, I don't care what you got. If you got that power, you're gonna access that power every time you can
Oh,
access that power.
absolutely.
That's
Yeah,
just
you
the
can
way it's
say
gonna
all
be.
day you're not, but shit. Put $1 billion in somebody's pocket and see how quick that tone changes.
Yeah, oh,
Mm,
yeah, yeah,
mm-hmm.
yeah. I like when I was a kid, when I was younger, I always thought politics might be something I might want to get into one day. But now, as an adult, it's like, man, there's no way. There's
Hell
no way
no.
I can go into it with the best intentions. At some point, I'm gonna become corrupted because
Oh yeah.
because it's gonna come down to my political career or going back to doing what I was doing before I was in politics. And we all
Mm-hmm.
know folks are gonna do what they can to save their job. So while we shit on politicians all day long, I wouldn't want to be in their position because my aim would be to help people. But I know
Mm-hmm.
because my aim would be to help people that I'm never going to have a
Yeah,
political career. Your
exactly.
political career is going to be zero if you are in it for all the right reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no way I could get into politics now because I just couldn't do it, man.
Nah.
There's no way.
I care about people too much. And I know there's times you can do some good as a politician, but ultimately you have somebody backing you that's put a lot of money to you, normally a corporation, something like that, and they want something. There's nothing in life is free. They're
Mm-hmm.
giving you money because they want something in return. That something in return is either going to be they need a bill passed that's going to benefit their
Mm-hmm.
companies, make them more money, push their drugs, push the technology, push the weapons they're building, push the
Tax
ammo
rates.
they making. Yeah, it's they're gonna push you because they're gonna say, "Hey, I know you need this money for your campaign.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna shake that ass for me or what? What are you doing
Yeah,
for this
yeah,
money? Because I ain't just giving it to you. You gonna have to shake that ass for me." And
yeah.
that's all it is.
And they
And they're
gonna
like,
start trading.
"Oh yeah," and they're gonna be like, "Now," because I'm sure they have these conversations up front. If I back you, I'm going to expect such and such to get pushed through.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Sneak
yeah,
that shit in the bill. I don't care how you do it. Get it in there. Get me
yeah,
that government contract. Get me this. And then that's how they stay in there because now you've made them richer. Now that they're more richer, they're even more powerful. They
oh
have
yeah.
more control, so they're gonna keep squeezing your ass and making you dance and work for them until you're done, or you want to switch up and say, "I'm done with this. I don't want to do this no more. I actually want to be a good guy." Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Doop. Get the hell out of here. Next. Who's
Yeah.
up now that wants to twerk? Here's the money.
Oh
Come
yeah.
get it. That's how
Oh
that's
yeah.
man.
And that's one of the things that Elon is doing out here blatantly. He's
Oh yeah.
literally saying, if you don't agree with me, I'm going to primary you. I'm gonna financially support somebody to put up against you. I don't care who you are. And we all
Mm-hmm.
know when Elon has that, when he gets his little puppet, he's gonna pull them strings,
Oh
and
yeah.
we're gonna watch that puppet do its thing. I mean, that's just the way it's gonna be. And
That's what it is. So, do you
yeah.
think with this? Do you think Republicans, because especially a lot of them, been speaking out against it, speaking
Mm-hmm.
about it against him, just telling him, "Hey, go ahead and release it, whatever." Do you think they're doing it because they honestly want him to, or they know I'm tired of him, and I think this might? I think because for me, how I feel is I think that they do believe that this could be the thing that could really fuck him.
Yeah.
uh,
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
because normally Republicans stick together. I
Mm-hmm.
think we just talked about that last episode, the episode before. They
Yeah.
stick together a whole lot more than the Democrats do. So for
Yeah.
them to
They
be
do.
flipping on you, that means they probably gotten together and like, look, he got us out here looking crazy right now. We
Mm-hmm.
got to do something about his ass. And this is the perfect thing to make us still look good because we're standing up against some wrong shit. But we can use this moment to get him the hell up out of here, or just to save themselves with like midterm elections, things like that. So do you
Yeah.
think it's legitimate? They just honestly are like, hey, this is wrong. We need to release it, or you think there's some other ulterior motive?
Mm, I think that they're gonna play along for the angry factions of the base
Mm-hmm.
in the beginning, and I think they're gonna say all the things that's gonna appease that base. But at the end of the day, it goes back to what I was saying before. I just really don't think they're gonna do anything. At the end of the day, we can say and feel what we want to feel about Donald Trump as president, but there are things that he is doing with bills and policy and executive orders that are allowing folks who go along with him to thrive.
Mm-hmm.
And those people who are thriving, they're going to look at where they're at and they're going to have to make that decision. Am I going to go against this man who's fattening my pockets right now?
Mm-hmm.
Or am I going to go along with my base who, I mean, give me another couple months, I'll be able to have them mad, or I'll be able to get them back on something else. Because it's just that conundrum, man,
Oh yeah.
and it goes to. I mean, I look at myself. I'm not a Trump guy. I'm not a Trumper. Never have been. But I'm loving what my stock market. I love what my stock, my crypto are doing right now.
Oh yeah.
And it's like he came out and said the other day. I come on TV and say something. The stock market rises. I'm like, yeah, get on TV and say some more shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do your thing, because we all know they do the insider trading thing,
Oh,
and we know,
absolutely.
yeah, and we know that they've got the stock market manipulation down to a T.
No, for
And
sure.
right now, if you can follow them, you will thrive.
Oh
So
yeah.
the question becomes for people: is the thriving going to be worth turning the other eye, and turning a blind eye to everything. And that's really the question it's going to come down to, because the only way to get him out is to vote him out. And I'm still under the belief that we may not have a presidential election in 2028. So we're
Yeah.
still gonna have to wait and see how that plays out on down the line. Because remember, we're only 6 months into his presidency, into this
Hmm.
term. So we have no idea what remains for at least the remaining 3.5 years. And
It's crazy. We're still in the first year.
it's crazy.
It
Yeah.
is crazy how much has happened in this amount of time, dog. If you really
Yeah,
sit there and
yeah.
think about it, it is nuts.
It is. It really is. That was, and I hate to go back to the election.
Hmm.
But that was my main beef: was, do we really want to go through all this again? Because it's all a bunch of bullshit, and apparently the answer was yes. We want to go through all this shit again. I did like my nice quiet life where I didn't have all kinds of crazy shit popping off in the federal government around
Hmm.
me every week. I did enjoy that. But now, we got, like we said, a new episode every week. It's a reality TV show right here, and we're the studio audience. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And we're literally just watching them. So it's tough, man. I feel like the people in charge are just they'll turn a blind eye when it comes down to turning a blind eye. When they get their marching orders, they're gonna march.
Oh, for sure, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I don't know how this plays out. I don't know if we'll ever get the list or not.
Mhm.
I know Trump. He kind of sometimes he will, especially for his base. If he can tell that they're not feeling something, he'll
Yeah,
normally do a little something, win them back over. I don't think he can. I don't think he can in this situation. I think he's gonna
yeah,
have to accept that I'm gonna have to hold tight and just ride this. I'm not releasing this shit, and there's no list because I can't release it and fuck myself. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So I don't know, man.
We'll have to wait for Iran to hack into the system and release it themselves. Like
That's what we
they
need,
said
man.
they said they were going to do that. Then I want to know what Anonymous is waiting on. Anonymous is supposed to be the greatest hackers in the world. Like, man, what y'all waiting on?
I hate these
Release the list.
groups, man.
I know y'all seen the list. I know they
Yeah,
seen it.
I hate these groups that they'll go in there and hack all this random dumb shit. Like, give us some good shit, man. Especially if you
Yeah,
claim that you for the people and stuff,
you know what I'm
anti-government,
saying?
this and that. You should have been
Yeah,
already had this list with no redactions. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
you know what I'm saying? Go on and hack my Robinhood account and make it do what I wanted to do.
Make
You
it
know what I'm
dance.
saying?
Hey, speaking of Robinhood account, man, speaking of insider trading, I was talking to one of my homeboys that we used to do a lot of trading, stocks, options, and shit back in the day. And I
Right.
was like, man, I should have put some money in Robinhood because that thing is up like 100. Their stock is up 140% this year.
I believe it, man. I believe it.
I was like, oh my god, if I would have jumped on that train. I know it's off topic, but
Yeah. Hey,
damn, man, I was looking at the
once
money.
they added Bitcoin and crypto to it, man, that was the best thing they could have done, man. And
Hmm.
I'm so grateful for it, man. I love Robinhood. I know folks always say you ain't supposed to check your stocks a whole lot. You ain't supposed, you're supposed to invest and just forget you invested. I can't
Leave
help
it.
but look at. I like watching it, man. And Robinhood lets you watch that shit like it ain't nothing, man. And
Oh
I
yeah,
and
they
I
want you to.
yeah, I
Hmm.
watch that shit all day long, man. I can't help it. I love that shit. That shit is
Oh
love.
man, but
Buy XRP and Bitcoin, folks.
hmm,
That's the only crypto advice I can give you. Buy XRP, buy Bitcoin.
yes sir, yes sir. Let's see, man. So now there's not really much left on this Epstein shit, but that we'll
Yeah,
have to wait and see how it plays out. Maybe we'll
I
come on
just
here next weekend and be like,
I
oh
hope
shit,
Jay Z never made it down there. You know what I'm saying?
whew, yeah.
I hope nobody I like never made it down there. But
Oh,
I
that's
promise
always the
you,
worst.
yeah, I promise you, if I don't care who you are, I don't care who you are. If I liked you, loved you,
Nah, it don't
defended
matter.
you, whatever. If you on that list, that's a wrap for you, son. Can't fuck with you no more.
Yeah,
So
I didn't think about that either though. I would be devastated seeing somebody I rock with. Like if I saw like Denzel's name on that list, I'd be like,
oh,
no,
okay, man,
not.
man,
Ah.
dude,
I'm like, no,
dude,
dog, not you.
not Denzel.
Hey, I
No.
will tell you what's funny before we move to this next topic. I did see Kevin Spacey came out
Yeah, I saw that too.
talking about they need to release it. I'm like, when you got a pedophile coming out saying you need to release the pedophile list, you got a problem. I was like, that
Yeah,
shit
man.
is comedy, boy.
Yeah. Did you see Stephen King?
Mm-mm. I
He
know
he's
he
got
hates Trump though.
Yeah, but he's out here saying there ain't no Epstein list and that it's a hoax
Oh,
too.
did he?
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
well,
Came
we
on
know
Twitter
who on
and
there.
folks was like, "Damn, he's just like that."
We
And
know
they
who
said the
on there
same thing
then.
you said. They say they's like the biggest Trump hater on Twitter
Yeah.
is riding with Trump.
Yeah, hey,
It's like,
Stephen
yeah, we
King.
need to see that list.
Yeah, you might as well just shut the fuck up because now you just let everybody know you probably on that list.
Yeah, it's like, man, why say if I, I don't get it, man. I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
Oh man, that's a
Sometimes it's
funny
better
one.
to just remain silent, you know?
It is a lot better to just shut your ass up, man. Just chill. You know what I'm saying? Especially
Yeah.
if you've already been convicted of some shit like that, you have no say in this conversation.
Hey, it was funny though. It was funny.
It was funny, man. It was, oh man. Let's see, man. Let's move into our last topic,
All right. Let
which
me
is
get my
a interesting one. And this right now is just in Kentucky. Senate Bill 181. Is this already passed and
Yeah, oh
signed,
yeah.
sealed, delivered?
It went into effect on June 27th. And
Oof.
I do want to say to the folks out there listening, this topic was requested for us to speak on. So when we say
Mm-hmm.
send us something to talk about so we can talk about it, this is us saying if you send us something to talk about, we will talk about it. So I
Oh yeah.
did want to let folks know this is the reason we're talking about SB 181 right now. And
Mm-hmm.
and like I said, it went into effect on June 27th. I'll go on and let you get back to giving folks a rundown on what's going on with it and whatnot. But yeah,
Oh yeah.
SB 181, man, it's been a big deal. Been a big deal in the state right now. So
And it's crazy, and I like it. I know it just is affecting Kentucky right now, but I think it is important for us to talk about it in general because I
mhm.
think something like this could set a precedent and push this out into other states as well too
It's a
to see how
possibility.
it goes. So, like, hell, I heard about it here in Virginia because my wife works at the high school out here. So she came
Okay.
home telling me about it one day, and I didn't even know it was just Kentucky at that time. I thought it was going on out here, and then I saw it was just a Kentucky bill. So I'm like,
Yeah.
shit, it's probably going to spread. So what it is pretty much a communication bill of sorts on how we can communicate with students, and is it pretty much just anything school related, like anything in the
For the
school
most.
system?
So a lot of it has to do with the electronic communication between teachers and students.
Yeah, electronic
And
communications.
and it first caught my eye. I would say right around probably a week before it went into effect because we're on Facebook. A lot of teachers and coaches and administrators that I know work in the school system were making posts saying, if you are a student in my district, or I wish I would have gone back and made a note of what it exactly
Mm-hmm.
said because a lot of them said a lot of the same thing. A lot of the wording was the same, but the gist of the wording was, if you're a student in my district and you have not graduated, I need you to remove yourself from my social media profile.
Mm-hmm.
So basically what they were saying is if you're a student of mine or a student in my district and we're Facebook friends, we can no longer be Facebook friends. I need you to remove yourself or I'm going to remove you by June 27th so I can be in compliance with SB 181. Because the main thing that folks are worried about with SB 181 is that if they are found in violation of it, and we'll get into how you can violate it, but if you're found in violation of SB 181, you will lose your certification. And
Damn,
if you lose your certification, as that's
that's
end of the
it.
road.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
it.
right. You're not gonna get it back, and probably have to go find a job somewhere else. So
Mm-hmm. Start a whole
it's a
new
pretty
career.
serious bill,
Mm-hmm.
and I was able to reach out to quite a few teachers, coaches, a couple of administrators, and get their opinion on it. I sent them a list of questions, and I can go through those questions if you want me to go through those questions and whatnot. And I
Yeah.
had I got some good answers. I got a lot of good feedback. I got a lot of good examples of how this bill can affect students. And one of the examples that I got here, let me find my notes. Got to get
Yeah.
used to using stuff on a computer while I'm podcasting. But here's so one example was a coach has been doing workouts since January,
Mm-hmm.
and he hadn't to this day he hadn't seen one of the parents for that child. So he would pick him up for practice, take him home. He was on the team. The the info on the team parent info app wasn't his parent. So they had to delete him from the app because it's not an approved form of communication. So he hasn't seen this kid since the dead period because he can't reach out to him.
Damn.
And he can't figure out. He's been able to work out ways around the bill to get him to practice, but he still can't communicate with him electronically. So that's just one of the small ways that this bill. While I understand why they're doing the bill for the most part, but at the same time, I can't help but feel like, and this is just me. This is just me in my opinion. This is not an opinion I got from any of the teachers or coaches or anything like that. I ain't trying to get nobody fired or nothing like that. But, but just my own personal opinion, I feel like this is another assault on public schools because I feel like public schools have been assaulted from the federal government, state governments, and local governments. You know, public schools are not seen in the same light that they were seen when I was growing up. And
no, absolutely not. You
can't help but feel like it's a targeted attack from different sources, mainly the government, throughout the country. And I feel like it's just another one of them ways to ruin the credibility of public schools because if you get into a situation where we're losing teachers and teachers are losing certifications because they unknowingly violated SB 181, which is something that can happen very easily, then we're talking about people who will no longer be able to teach, people who are doing good in the public school system.
It's already hard getting teachers enough. You know what I mean? We're already underpaying them.
In Mercer County, where I work at, I saw an article in the paper today where there's talking about there's a shortage of teachers there, and they're scrambling, trying to figure out how they're gonna have enough teachers for the school to start here in another couple of weeks. So public schools are just literally going through it right now in all phases. And then to add this bill on top of it to where you're gonna be threatening teachers' livelihoods.
Yeah, I don't like that aspect.
I don't like how they wrote it out. I don't like how they implemented it. I don't like how it's gonna. I don't like how it's changing things. But at the same time, I understand that they're doing what they can to get grooming out of the schools. They're doing what they can to get the pedophiles out of schools. They're doing what they can to make sure the teachers are doing what they're supposed to be doing. At the same time, if somebody has grooming on their heart, in their mind, and that's what they're gonna
figure a way out.
They're gonna figure out a way. Yeah, they're gonna figure out a way around it. You know, so at the end of the day, this bill becomes something that is punishing 99% of the people for 1% of them doing bad, and that's something that I'm always gonna feel about this because that's just it's like corporate America. You know, when somebody does something bad at work, what do? They punish everybody. Somebody comes back late from a break, they'll say, well, now all y'all take 10-minute breaks. No, just fire that one motherfucker who didn't come back from break on time. You ain't got to
be the army, man. Get a safety briefing. We're like, oh, shit, who fucked up now?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of the same thing going on right here, I feel like. And another example I got today was a coach got... So a coach got a text message asking to donate to a fundraiser. Now, he's known the guy and he's known that family for years, but he can't reply to that donation without fear of losing his job.
Yeah, because hell yeah.
Because there's just so much uncertainty, and he doesn't know. He's like, can I reply to this? Should I reply? Do I got to go through his dad? Can I talk to his dad? What am I like? There's a lot of confusion on the rollout that is hitting the teachers and hitting the coaches. And right now, with football season kicking off, it couldn't have come at a worse time. And also, in Kentucky, we have a dead period. So, and if I'm not mistaken, this bill rolled out right at the beginning or near the end, right at the beginning of the dead period. So there already wasn't going to be communication between them. So it kind of worked out to where they weren't going to have that communication for a couple of weeks. But at the same time, you got practices starting up. You got you got open gyms going up. Coaches can't text them for open gyms, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
So, and it's going to come down to what each district does. So each district has control of their implementation of this bill. And a lot of them used to use the Remind app. And now Remind was bought out by Parent Square, I believe is the name of it.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of them are going through the process of transitioning from one app to the other. So they still really don't have the ability to communicate with everyone the way they want to communicate and the way they should be able to communicate legally. So while they're unable to do that, they're still not able to have that electronic communication that they were able to have at one point. Now, some districts have come out and said you can't communicate with kids in our district, but you can communicate with kids in other districts. So that confused me
That's some
because I'm
fusion
like,
shit.
well, yeah, it confused me even more because I was like, well, if I'm a pedophile, why do I care what district
Yeah, I
the
don't
kid is
care. I just
in?
want kids. Shit.
So if you're gonna give me access to the kids in the other district, you're not stopping nothing. You know what I'm saying?
No. So who's responsible for enforcing it? Like for the
So the
violations?
superintendents will be responsible for enforcing it. So, and
That's putting
here's
them in
the
a tricky
thing:
spot
if the
too.
superintendent doesn't enforce it or report it properly, the superintendent loses their certification.
Damn.
And there's a where's let me look it up. The superintendent of Beechwood lost his certification recently,
Shit.
and the
Over this?
investigation. I'm not sure if it was over this, so I wasn't clear, but I know he
Mm-hmm.
lost his certification, and it was over. It was over some alleged wrongdoing, and nothing came from the investigation, but he still has no certification. So,
That's rough.
what's his name? Oh, let me look at it. It's right here.
That is
Mike
rough.
Stacy, former Beechwood Superintendent Mike Stacy. So, for the listeners out there wondering about Mike Stacy, Google Mike Stacy, Beechwood Superintendent, and you should be able to get all the details on what went down with that. But again, it's another situation where the superintendent didn't report and the superintendent lost his certification. So, it's another thing where you're going to pit the teachers versus the superintendent because the superintendent, if the superintendent sees something, the superintendent's going to say, "Look, I got to cover
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
ass,
exactly. Like hell
so I'm
no.
going to have to report you." Even though I know,
It could be the
even
smallest
though I've
thing in the
known you for
world.
20
Yeah.
years, you've been a teacher here for 25 years or whatever. I have to report you, and hopefully nothing will come of it. And so I know the superintendent will be responsible for doing that. Now, who deals out the punishment, I don't know. And from what I understand, I don't think anybody really knows or understands that right now. From the info I'm gathering,
Yeah.
anyway. And this is with me skimming through the bill. This is with me skimming through some of the other things that I've been sent as well. So it might be in there, and I might just not know, and I might not be speaking on it correctly. But my understanding is the superintendents will be the ones doing the enforcing, but as far as the punishment, I'm guessing that's going to come from the Kentucky Department of Education.
Yeah.
I'm really not sure. I'm really not sure on that. But
To me, this seems like one of those things where it's like the bill had good intentions. Because obviously we don't want, especially these creeps out here, privately messaging our children, especially without us knowing about it or anything like that. I would never want any student texting my kid, to be honest with you. Like, what do you need to text my kid for? You can talk to me, talk to them when they're in school. There's really no reason, in my opinion, for a teacher to just be hitting up my kid. Just because
right,
I know our situation, it ain't like you can't get a hold of me. You know what I'm saying?
right.
You know, I know there's certain situations where you're like, hey, the parent is especially listening to some of the shit my wife deals with because she works in one of these city schools. And she's like, man, these parents be worse than the kids half the time, man.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I get it. But like, I know in my personal situation, there's literally no reason why a teacher should be talking to my kid directly. Now, if it's like something like her math teacher's also her track coach or something like that, okay, we got a different subject there, and you know.
Right.
But yeah, this one I get it. I feel like it has good intentions, but I think just the rollout of it,
Super
it's
clumsy.
shaky. It
Yeah.
should have been reviewed, man. I don't know the process. I don't know if they had like a board of teachers or somebody that would review this and say what looked good, what not. How
So
can you maybe do it better?
I asked that question, and that was one of the questions I had was, did they? One of the questions I had was, were any school administrators, teachers, or coaches that you know of consulted on the framing of this bill? And the answer I got from everybody was not to my knowledge, and they said I could be wrong. You know, I could be corrected by someone, but from what most of them understand, no one was consulted. No teachers, nobody was consulted when they framed this bill. And this bill was brought by Lindsay Tishner, I believe. I hope I
Yeah, I
pronounced
saw
her
that
last name
Tishner
right.
name.
Yeah, I hope she's the one who brought about this bill. So that's another question I have. And like I said, I ain't a politician. I'm just a mechanic. But I know if I'm going to make a bill that's going to affect an entire occupation of
You
folks,
want to get the
I
people's.
want their yes, I want their opinions
Yeah,
on this.
shit
You know what
should
I'm
be
saying?
so simple to me sometimes. It's
And
crazy.
when I was researching further, they just brought this bill about in February. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It wasn't like they brought this bill out years ago. They just brought it out in February, or it was just introduced in February, and then it went into effect in June. So this is a little bit off topic, but this is just another situation where it shows that our government can work the way we expect our government to work, even though they're not doing the things we expect them to do or want them to do. This is proof that the government can work. Because I've always been a big advocate that the government shouldn't be as bad as it is, and
Yeah.
that's at all levels. And this is just another case where I feel like the government really just screwed the pooch on this situation because they could have rolled this out so much better, and just even simply having some teachers and administrators involved in framing this bill would have gone a long way
To me, that's
towards
common sense, and it would
yeah,
be. It's easier for you to sell it if you say, "Hey, we brought in a group of." I don't even care. Like, if you're gonna do something like this and you want it to go a certain way, bring in a
yeah,
group of people you know want it to go that way, and then you can still at least lie to people and be like, "Hey, I brought in a group of teachers. We all kind of agreed on this right here." So that way,
yeah,
the people can't be like, well, we didn't have any say in it. That's me. If I'm gonna be a crooked politician, we're gonna make it work and look good at least. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
To me, that's politics. That's politics 101, man. You know,
Yeah, like come on, I'm gonna at least play with you a little bit, but
yeah, sure.
um,
Cover your ass, man. It's that. It's really that simple.
that's
It's really that
crazy.
simple.
So,
Another question I had was,
mhm,
does this bill apply to private schools and or only public schools? And apparently, it only applies to the public schools.
of course,
But at the same time, there are private schools that will follow along with the
but it's optional for them.
it's
I'm assuming.
basically it's optional because apparently they have their own system where they do some sort of thing like that. But at the end of the day, they're still left alone,
Hmm.
and it goes back to my belief that this is just another assault on public schools. Because if it wasn't, you would include the private schools with them. You know, it don't make sense to have schools that are schools and
Yeah,
you treat
if
one
it is a
differently than you do the
school,
other.
yeah, it doesn't matter if they're teachers and kids. No
Yeah,
matter public, private, they should be following the same. Because the same way a private school teacher can molest a kid, a
mm-hmm.
public school teacher can do the same thing. Man, it doesn't matter where. Like
Yeah, yeah,
pedophiles don't work in private schools or something like what? Come on, man. That's
yeah.
where, especially some of these religious schools, that's where a lot of that shit goes down at.
Yeah, like, hey, no bullshit. One of the answers to my questions was, it's as if they believe that grooming doesn't occur in private schools. Need we point out the issue with Catholic priests?
Exactly. It's I don't know.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
And just
And before all the Catholic folks start coming at me, I was born and raised Catholic, so hey, I ain't trying to hear shit you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I
hmm
mean, yeah,
and the
I ain't trying
facts
to
are
hear shit.
facts. Like I know
Yeah,
some
yeah, I ain't trying to hear
people.
shit you're saying. I got folks in my family that can tell you stories about Catholic priests. So if you come at
Yeah.
me, make sure you come correct, because I will school your
hmm
ass.
Yeah, facts are facts. I mean, it's all public knowledge. It's not nobody making nothing up.
No,
But just to, I'm
no.
gonna just to point out a few things. So we got a list of the things you can do and what you can't do under this, and we'll do some of these out, and we'll do our takeaways. So what you can do is you can use school approved traceable platforms like Google Classroom, Parent Square, things like that. You can include parents in direct electronic communication when and if allowed by district, which is all right. It's a little broad. Communicate through district issued devices, accounts that track and log all messages. That's we want that. We don't want no private stuff. Use approved parent communications apps like Remind, yada yada, and communicate with their own children or immediate family members via personal or school channels. So I guess if your kid works at the school you teach at, it's fine for you to obviously reach out to them. What you can't do is send private text messages directly to students, which of course we don't want that. You can't use personal email to communicate with students. Understood. It's not trackable. I get it. Message students via social media. Hell no. I'd lose. Boy, you want to talk about losing my shit. I ever found out something like that.
Right.
They can't like, comment, retweet, or otherwise engage in a two-way interaction with student. I'm cool with that. Students shouldn't be on social media with their teachers anyway. Can't use non-traceable apps like private chats, WhatsApp, Discord, shit like that with students. Communicate one-on-one with the student electronically without using a district-approved platform. So pretty much everything that you have to do has to go through a district-approved platform. And it has
Right.
to be something traceable, which, hey, I don't think any parent wants to push back on that. I think, to me personally, my issue with this bill is just the enforcement of it. I do think it hurts teachers because there's certain situations, like you pointed out with some, that you might need to communicate with that kid. I get we don't want to do this, but we can't have this threat on teachers. You can't threaten teachers that are already getting pretty much jumped. They on the ground getting stumped out all the time already
Mm-hmm.
just by budget cuts, everything. They're not making enough money. Um, Kids is getting crazy and shit, man. These kids
Mm-hmm.
don't listen to shit no more in these schools. Nothing gets enforced. You can't touch the kids. Ain't no
Parents and their
ass beating.
behavior.
Yeah, the parents can't beat kids' asses no more. So now they really, and the kids know this now. They know you can't. Shit, man. Yeah, it's gotten a little crazy. But yeah.
Yeah.
So in a nutshell, yeah, my issue is I don't like the threat on the teachers, and I don't like that it can be an infraction that can just lead to them being decertified. When we're already at a shortage of teachers,
Mm-hmm.
why would you want to make it harder? I'm all fine with keeping this requirement,
Mm-hmm.
but I would not make it to where teachers are fired. Give me some kind of, hey, you got like two chances on this. You know what I'm saying? First
Yeah,
time's a
they need,
warning. It happens
yeah,
again, you gone. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
They
I
need to
wouldn't
do
even say
something.
lose certification. I
That's
think that
hard.
should be, yeah, I think that needs to be something egregious, which would lead to obviously like charges, criminal charges.
Right,
It's
right, right.
something like that. If you're gonna lose something like that, it needs to be to the level where it was that egregious, to where it's like, all right, this motherfucker needs to go to jail anyway. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
we don't want them to be able to get out and start teaching shit again. So let's take their
Right.
certification. But I just think, just in general, nah, you gotta have some kind of leeway because there could be a mistake. There could be, hey, I just didn't know. It's a new bill. I didn't know I couldn't do this. Teach me. This is a learning opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
not a fire me opportunity off the first offense.
I would hope
Um,
so.
yeah. So what's our takeaways for these topics today, man?
All right. So we hitting up Epstein first.
Yep.
So my takeaway on Epstein is truthfully, I ain't gonna lie, man. I don't feel bad for Trumpers, but I have a little empathy for them because their hero is not who they thought their hero was. And that can be a brutal thing, finding out that somebody you admired and liked a whole lot is a piece of shit.
Oh yeah.
And
Got bamboozled.
yeah, man. And so I empathize with that a little bit. You know, I could probably go in a million different directions when it comes to that topic. But right now, I'm choosing empathy because at the end of the day, it goes back to what I was saying last week. At the end of the day, we all need to be coming together as one big community. And until we have that awakening, that big political awakening, and maybe this is the beginning of it, maybe this could be the start of it. Until we have that awakening, we are not going to advance as a country. We're going to stay stagnated, doing the same bullshit we've been doing for the last 50 years. Well, longer than that. I'm just saying 50 because I'm 50 years old. But
Yep.
nothing's going to change until we decide to take back this country together. And and hopefully this might be something that sparks us to get to that point. And hopefully that's hopefully that's what becomes of it. So, if you're a Trumper out there and you're realizing your boy is not who you thought he was, hey, if you need to
It
shoulder the
happens.
crown, I'm here for you. You know what I'm
It
saying?
happens.
I'll be here for you.
We've
That's
all
my
been
takeaway on
fleeced.
that.
We've all been catfished.
All of us,
Uh,
every single one of us.
oh yeah.
So,
We've all
so
been
hey,
played.
we've all been there. So, hey, I'm here for you. Don't think I'm not just because I can't stand that man. I am here for you.
So what's your takeaway on the Senate Bill 181? What's
So
your overall wrap up on it?
my overall wrap up on that is I understand why they brought forth this bill, but at the end of the day, I do think there are a lot of teachers out there who do things to help students that are in situations that are uncontrollable. You know, there's a lot
Absolutely.
of students out there that the teacher or their coach is their only lifeline. Their
Mm-hmm.
teacher or their coach is the only person that they have as a role model. So, in those situations, I hate that those kids are losing who they have looked up to, because
Mm-hmm.
when you're when you're dealing with somebody, when you're dealing with a kid who has a horrible home life, and you're the only person that kid has, and now all of a sudden you can't talk to that kid, that hurts the kid more than it's hurting anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I understand that grooming is a problem. I understand that pedophilia is a problem. I just feel the rollout was clumsy as hell. It should have been a lot better. And one thing that always seems to happen is nobody ever seems to. People say they're thinking of the kids, but they're really not thinking of the kids in that situation. And if they were thinking of the kids, they would have made a much better rollout to allow these teachers and coaches to get in a better position to do what is expected for do what is expected of them with this bill. Because
Mm-hmm.
the bill is it's not a bad idea, it's just bad rollout, bad implementation,
Yeah.
and hopefully they can fix that going forward. And that's basically my takeaway on that. You know, I feel for the coaches and teachers out there who have kids that they know of, that they have dealt with, that they know have bad home lives, and we're doing what they can to help them kids out. Because
Mm-hmm.
right now in that situation, everybody's in a limbo, and I hate that more than anything. But hopefully this cover your ass bill does more and actually does more good than bad. It's just right now I don't see that happening, and I blame that on the rollout, and I blame that on the rollout only. So that'll be my takeaway from that.
I got you. Let's see. Mine for the whole Epstein thing. I almost feel like you just pull a little string on my back and I say the same shit, just about them playing in your face every day.
Hmm.
Um, but at the end of the day, man, again, I literally said this last week. Hold them accountable. It just my takeaway is they're gonna try to cover shit up. We got a crooked government. It's always gonna be somebody that comes in the government and says the government's crooked, and they still crooked too. But they're gonna try to act like they clean up all this fraud and shit. They're still just as fraud as what's been going on. So don't let them play you. Like you said, I got empathy when your hero fleeces you, shows you their true character. Hey, you gotta believe them. It sucks, but you gotta believe it. And then the part that we can do is to keep pushing and fighting back and saying, "Hey, no, we're not letting this shit go. We're not gonna let this one just fall to the wayside like a lot of the things do. We're not gonna take our foot off the pedal with this one." So I think that's a challenge for all of us. And we do have more power now with social media.
Hmm.
You keep that shit trending on there. All these social media platforms, it has no choice but to be talked about. People get paid by views, and if they know that's what everybody wants to hear, they're not going to stop talking about it. So we as a people decide what the media is going to be talking about. So we need to drive that engagement. Senate Bill
Hmm.
181, again, my wrap up is on that one that good intentions. I think it just, like you said, bad rollout. And I don't like the way it treats the teacher. So I think it's one you like, hey, you know what? Let's take this back. Let's revamp it. Let's make it a little bit cleaner. Let's actually get some teachers and stuff
Hmm.
involved in this. Okay, what can we do to do better to keep these kids safe? And I would also say, going back to our corrupt government, make sure none of these lawmakers have any kind of ownership in any of this Parent View, Google
Yeah.
Classroom, anything like that,
Yeah.
because it could be, and that's another reason why you can't trust the government. If
Yeah.
I'm somebody at the top level and I know I have good ownership in this Remind app, and I'll say, hey, we can pass a bill that requires all the schools in Kentucky to use Remind app,
Hmm.
regardless. Now you just drove my money up. And I just
Yeah.
passed the bill and I made it look good because it has something about protecting kids from pedophiles and shit like that, grooming. So I always pay attention to what's going on. Again, let's hold these people accountable. Let's make sure there is no funny business going on. And this stuff
Hmm.
like this is really about the kids. But
Oh yeah, absolutely.
that's my takeaways from it. And just for us to wrap up, we're going to do a real talk or clickbait. And this one's pretty interesting. I've been seeing a lot of conversations on this. Not even like I've been just hearing some recently, but it's been a conversation probably for the last at least couple of years now.
Mm-hmm.
That the 9 to 5 is dead. Side hustles are the only way to get ahead,
Mm.
and it's to me it's AI plays a part in that. To where I think a
Mm-hmm.
lot of the typical 9 to 5s are going to disappear regardless.
Right.
I think a lot of people don't get paid enough for what they do, and they have no choice but to have to side hustle.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think a lot of people can just make it by off of their jobs anymore. So when it comes
Mm.
to something like this, I personally, just because I've personally seen it, I've personally been a part of it as well too. I've lived it. I still live it. To me, you got to have a side hustle nowadays
Mm-hmm.
to do something, man. I mean, you can still live and stuff off your 9 to 5 job, but if you want to have any extracurricular, any just extra money in general, I feel like you're gonna have to make money a different way too. And to me, that can be playing the stock market. Hell, some
Mm-hmm.
people sports gambling.
Right.
Some people actual like legit hustles, like they're going out, they do stuff on create graphics for people,
Right.
creating beats, like doing little side shit. I see a lot of Instacart. I know some people. I know a professor Virginia Tech that does Instacart and shit like that on the
Right.
weekends when he
Oh
can.
yeah. Hey, we have overtime right now, so
Mm,
I don't DoorDash, but when we go back to not having overtime and just straight 40-hour work weeks, I will
mm-hmm.
probably be back out there DoorDashing on the weekend so I can maintain
Have a
the life
little,
that I like
yeah, so you
that
can
I
have
like
some
to have. I
cushion.
mean, it gets nobody wants to have a check that just disappears from bills and bills only, man. I mean,
Nah.
if you want to invest in the stock market, you got to have a side hustle if you ain't making good money because hey, you got to have money to play, and the same
Mm-hmm.
thing goes for gambling. And if you're gonna be good at gambling, if you're gonna have a successful time gambling, it's gonna cost you some money as you learn how to get better at it. But you still got to have that money to gamble. It's not always gonna be there.
Yeah.
So you got to have something. The nine
Mm-hmm.
to five is definitely going away in the traditional sense, but at the same time, it's still going to be there because folks are going to need that 9 to 5, but they're going to need their side hustles as well. And like I said, from somebody who's side hustling as much as I possibly can, shit, you preaching to the choir, man.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's just
I think about
it's impossible.
it is. I literally am constantly thinking about different ways I can get sources of income
Hmm.
without doing a lot of output. So I don't
Right.
want to have to always, because I'm like, time is money too. So I don't always want to have, because I remember shit, when I first got promoted with this major insurance company I was working for, first got promoted to management, and check goes up and everything, still wasn't enough to cut it for me like I needed to having a
Mm.
family. I'm out
Right.
here in management for a major insurance company, and I'm doing Uber driving, Uber Eats,
Yeah.
DoorDash. Like I did that shit for like a year or two, man. Like just because like I need the little side money, and then you get
Yeah.
comfortable with it. The jobs can pay. Like my job now pays well. Could I live off it? Yeah, I can live off of it. We ain't gonna have too much free time and shit, to
Right.
do enjoy life. You know what I'm saying? I think a
Hmm.
lot of these basic 9 to 5s nowadays are give you enough just to live.
Yeah. Yeah.
Versus back in the day, especially our parents and shit, their 9 to 5 was enough to live, enough to
Hmm.
shit vacation on, enough
Yeah.
to do everything on. Like if I know we want to do some extra shit, we gonna have to get a little extra money coming in on the side just to, we don't want to have to be in debt or nothing like that. So it's like we're gonna have to build up. Um, but yeah, it's to me it's just that regular job.
Yeah.
Just doesn't, it's not going to give you the life you want unless you just like one of the people like, hey, I just want to work, go home, chill. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's
Right.
all I want to do. Work, go home, chill. That's cool. It pays my bills, pays my water,
Hmm.
food, all that shit. Hey, more power to you. I like to enjoy life. I like to do fun shit. I like to go
Right.
places. I like
Want to get out and
activities.
see the world, man.
Yeah, I love experiences, and all that shit costs money. And everything nowadays is crazy expensive, man.
Mm-hmm.
Everything
It
is
is.
crazy expensive. So it's like if you don't have an extra little income, side hustle, anything, you're not gonna have these experiences that you want, and you're gonna end up having a sad life if that's how you're living because you're wanting to do something but you're not. So I tell people all the time, I'm like, look, the wealthy aren't where they are because they just went to work. That's just period. That's been since the beginning of time. The wealthy are where they're at because they found out how to make that money that they're making at their 9 to 5s, make more money without them having to physically go out there and do something for it.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Right,
is,
right.
to me, that's the dream right there. I
Yeah.
can do this one job, and then all of a sudden, my money starts making all this money for me to where I get to the point I don't even need this main job no more because now my money has started making so much more money. I can go play
Mm-hmm.
around and do whatever the hell I really want. I can invest in shit. I can shit not work a whole year, do nothing
Mm-hmm.
if I want to.
Yeah.
Shit, that's my goal is to get to the point to where my money is like, all right, bro, I'm gonna retire you. You worked hard enough for us. Let me just keep making more for you.
Right.
Cool, do your thing. But
That's definitely the end game.
yeah, it's the
And
end game, man.
yeah. And if I'm gonna be real, if I'm gonna be real, and I low key hate to do this,
Hmm.
but a lot of the blame for where we're at right now, and I'm one who hates to assign blame. I really do because I always tell my wife there just because something bad happens doesn't mean there's somebody at fault. Doesn't mean that there's somebody that has to be blamed.
Yep.
But I can't front. I'm not gonna bullshit. I blame the boomers for a lot of this situation that we're in. When the boomers were working 9 to 5s, when they wanted to buy a house, the houses didn't cost as much as they cost now, and things didn't cost as much as they cost now. And I'm not saying things shouldn't have risen in price, but if my dad builds a house in 1991 and that house is $140,000 house, I should be able to build that house in 2025 for I would 200,000 seems fair to me.
Yeah, seems about right.
That house that my dad built for $140,000 in 1991 is probably going to sell for at least $500,000 now. And that's just ridiculous, man. You can't
Hmm.
afford to buy a house working a 9 to 5. Like
No.
there's a lot of kids. Like I look at my kids, and none of them own a home.
Hmm.
And when we first owned our home, we were 30 years old when we bought our first house. So I look at my kids as they enter the 30 year age range, and they're just not able to do that. And it's not because they're not working. It's not because they're lazy. It's not because they don't want to work. It's because it's too damn expensive. And the job
Hmm.
that they have doesn't pay them enough to be able to buy a house, and things like that are the kinds of things that just it's funny because me and my dad always go back and forth about this because I'm always like, man, y'all fucked everything up, man. Everything was so lovely. Y'all had it perfect. You could buy a house, you could buy a car, you could work your job, you could make good money. You didn't have to bust your ass doing 5 different jobs trying to keep up with the status
Yeah.
quo. And there's no reason for that to change. But the boomers are arguably the wealthiest generation that we've ever had.
Oh, for
And
sure.
so it's like, why did y'all fuck shit up? That's all. That's my only question. I just want to know why y'all fucked it up. And I know we're never gonna get an answer on that and
Nah,
whatnot. And that's just a rant I had to get off my chest because I
I'm not
know,
mad at it.
yeah, people who know me know I'm always the one who's gonna say, man, fuck the boomers, man. The boomers fucked it all up. And I'm gonna go to my grave saying that because I watched it live. I watched it take place. I watched everything change from the boomers to the Gen X's to the millennials. Like after the millennials, like Gen Z and Gen Alpha. I mean, I literally don't know what they're going to do if things keep going in the same direction that we're going. They're all going to be renting.
Oh yeah.
They're all going to work 3, 4 jobs. They're going to be. And people say, why don't folks want to have kids? They're like, shit, I can't afford my boyfriend. How the fuck am I
Yeah.
going to have
Hell
kids? You know what I'm
no.
saying? It's like folks ain't dealing with reality when it comes to it, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that 9 to 5 jobs just don't. You can sit there and say we're making more money than you ever made before, or your salary's higher than it's ever been, but it doesn't matter if everything costs way more than what it used to cost. If the money if the money that you're making working isn't enough to help you live,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you're gonna do, man, and I don't know the right answer to getting out of that situation other than find you some side hustles and
Yeah.
do what you can to have some revenue stream other than your main job. I mean, that's the key to it is having a revenue stream, and
Oh yeah.
hell, I'm grateful that I have multiple revenue streams right now, but it's not like I'm where I want to be. I still gotta wake up at 4:45 in the
Yeah,
morning
still
and go
gotta
to
go
work
do some
tomorrow.
shit I might not want to do
You know what I'm saying?
because yeah, because I
I,
gotta provide. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I saw a meme and I wanted to share it so bad, but I didn't want to piss nobody off. But it said, "What's the craziest thing you've ever done for cash?" And the answer was work 40 hours a week.
For
And
real.
I was like, I wanted to share it so bad, but
I
folks
always
might
see one
all
like
it takes
that.
is the wrong person to see it, and they'll be like, "Shit,
Yeah.
you out of here, man. You don't want to work, fine, fuck you, you gone."
Yeah.
It's like
I always see one like that before the military. It's like, yeah, join the military. That was the crazy shit I did for money. But I'll tell you what, man, speaking of military and like buying homes and shit, if it wasn't for my military service and being a veteran, I for sure wouldn't have been able to buy a house when I did buy my first house.
right.
Because I for sure didn't have no down payment money at that time
I
to
mean,
pay for no damn house.
yeah.
But with a VA loan, you don't have to have a down payment. You don't have to have like mortgage
Mhm.
insurance or nothing like that. So you can afford a house at that because you ain't got to put shit down.
Right.
So man, if it wasn't for that, so once I got that first eligibility as a veteran boy, I was like, oh yeah, now we can finally do it. So
Right.
hey, military folks,
Yeah.
if you get a chance, I know it's scary sometimes. You don't know what to expect. Get in there
Right.
for a couple years. Get you veterans, especially if you somebody that doesn't know what you want in life, what to do.
Hmm.
I will always say, man, military changed my life in so many ways. Got me. I was a hothead. Gave me some discipline. Gave me
Right.
some good structure to help me out in life. I bitch and moan about it. A lot of us will bitch and moan about it, but at the end of the day, you get a lot of good benefits from it
Ah,
as long
yeah.
as you weren't a piece of shit.
Yeah,
Um,
I ain't mad at nobody going to the military for the benefits, and
hmm
if you're gonna go, that's got to be one of the reasons
Make
that
it worth it, yeah.
yeah, make it worth it. Absolutely.
Get everything out. That's why I always say, man, you don't have to do it. Tell people go get a job. Especially when I talk to like younger people, they're like, man, I don't know what I want to do. I'm not a go to college type person. They join
Mhm.
the military, man. Especially if you got a family, man. They're gonna pay for your
Yeah,
shit. Movie, you're gonna get experiences. You can get to go around the world, see
yeah, yeah.
things you ain't never seen.
And they give you more money if you're married, right?
Oh yeah, you get more money. For your wife, kids, get more housing allowance. So they paying your house and shit. You
Ah,
make
yeah,
it good, man. But yeah,
yeah,
always just a recommendation. I don't
and
know
if
about
military,
serving under Trump because I got out because I was like, I ain't serving under this clown. That was my. I literally did not re-enlist for him.
yeah,
So I'm
shoot,
like,
yeah,
I ain't
yeah.
doing this
Be
shit.
wary of who the commander in
Yeah,
chief
you
is.
gotta just realize if he gets you into some shit and you like, oh fuck, that's the
Yeah,
risk you gotta take. Hey, I
yeah,
do say that too. It is sound and sweet, but we do not know what can happen. So if you raise your hand, get sworn in, just know your ass could go to war and ain't no
yeah,
turning around. Unless you start acting like you trans, and then they're gonna kick your ass out. So,
yeah. They won't let you fight
yeah,
no more.
yeah. If
Yeah,
you're a man, put a dress on. If you're a woman, put on some basketball shorts and a tank top or something. Tell them
yeah.
you identify as something else, and get your
Man, you'll be
ticket out
gone
of
by
there.
Tuesday.
Yeah, oh yeah, say less, get them out. But
Yeah, and if military ain't your thing, and the college ain't your thing, then my advice would be to go to trade school, become a
trade
welder,
schools. Oh
or
man, which
electrician, or
more?
plumber, something like that. You can start your own business, get into your own business, because those are things that are always going to be needed. So,
Hmm.
folks are always going to need their house fixed up. Folks are always going to need something welded. Folks are always going to need some plumbing done. So, if military and college ain't your thing, by all means, go to trade school. You won't be disappointed.
And I'm glad you said trade school. I'm gonna let the military shit go after this. A lot of people have this misconception about the military that you just going to shoot and kill motherfuckers and shit. And I try to explain to some people sometimes. I'm like, there is every job in the military. You can be a dentist.
Right.
You can be a plumber. Did basic training with a plumber. I was like, damn, I didn't know you could be a plumber.
Yeah.
Man, my roommate in basic training was a carpenter in the army. So I'm like,
Right. Right. Right.
you can get in here. I always recommend everybody join the Air Force because they got the good technical jobs that get you real good and paid when you get out. Two
Yeah.
years in, get you a nice job set for life.
We
But
got there's a couple of guys who retired from the Air Force that work where I work, and
yeah,
they came in there. They came in there, retired from the Air Force, and got that retirement check, and they're making money on top of that retirement check.
oh yeah.
And if I ain't mistaken, that can their check can they still get can that check like rise while they're
Oh,
retired, or does it stay where it's at? Is it capped or does
well,
it?
they'll always adjust it just based off of just like VA disability and stuff. Like if you get
Okay,
disability payments, it's typically gonna go up every year just because they're gonna adjust for inflation and shit like that. So
yeah,
essentially, you get more money every year.
yeah, oh yeah. So if you join the military and become a lifer, it's you serve your 20 years, get that full retirement check, and then you can come back out in the workforce and double that up. So
I know so many people. My old boss at that insurance company, he was a retired Marine, so he's getting his Marine retirement, making six figures working at the company. On top of getting that retirement money, on top of his six-figure job, and getting VA disability all at the same time, this motherfucker was just swimming in cash. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
when
man,
so
yeah,
when he retired, he literally spent a whole year, him and his wife, just cruising around the world, a whole
right, right,
entire
right.
year, and now they still just travel. Like
Yeah,
I'm
I was
like,
getting
boy, I
ready to
ain't
say. I
mad
believe
at you, man.
he's one of them dudes that's been to Hawaii.
Yeah, oh, he been everywhere. That
Yeah,
motherfucker been
man,
everywhere. Yeah, he living
that's
life. I
love.
tell him that's who I look up to. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to get there, dog.
That is love right there.
For
You
real.
already know. That's the goal. That's the goal.
So I think is this one like a unanimous? This is real talk.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. I'm all in on real talk on this one.
yeah. I don't think there's anything clickbait about it.
Mm-mm.
And I will
No,
like we said, man. We challenging everybody. Your 9 to 5 ain't gonna cut it. Unless you just making bank. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, you
You
can.
making some deep six figures. I get it. You cool. But if you regular average Joe, get you something on the
Mm-hmm.
side. And I always try to say, try to find something, especially where we live in this digital world. Try to find something that you don't have to like go out for and do a bunch of manual labor or some shit for, unless that's just your
Right.
thing. But there's some jobs that you can make just as much, if not more, if you learn how to do something with a computer, something like that. Hell, you can do Amazon shit now. They got a
Mm-hmm.
bunch of remote jobs. There's a bunch of little remote shit that you can do to where it's
Oh
not gonna
yeah,
take up a lot of your time. It's probably some shit that's easy that you can just do on the side, but try to find something just to make it so where you can have some cushion, man. Because you don't need that
oh yeah.
stress of living paycheck to paycheck. When you can get a little cushion just to not have stress, why
Mm-hmm.
not? Especially if it's not going to take too much energy. But if it's going to
Right.
kill you on the energy, kill your mental, and you just feel like all I'm doing is working 24/7, all right, yeah, just relax. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, oh
Just
yeah.
yeah, learn to enjoy yourself and learn to live below your means, and then you ain't got to worry about it.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's real good advice right there. Yeah. And some more advice, yeah. Don't be afraid to DoorDash. And while you DoorDash, you can listen to the Clearly Confused podcast
Oh,
while you're
absolutely.
DoorDashing and dropping off food. We will be right there with you every step of the way. So don't be afraid to DoorDash, Uber, all that good stuff. Those are nice, quick ways to make some money on the side.
Oh yeah.
And with the big, beautiful bill, you can get up to $25,000 in tips and don't have to worry about reporting it on your income tax bill.
Yeah.
It's right there for you.
There you go. It's a win-win for you. Make America great again, baby. But no, man. Appreciate you, boss.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
As always, you've been listening to the Clearly Confused podcast, with like your group chat, but with better audio. And remember, if you're still confused after listening to us, hit us up on our social media. We got you. Again, appreciate the engagement. Appreciate everybody
Absolutely.
sending in topic requests, things like that. It's what we love. It's what we're here for. If we sound stupid, let us know we sound stupid. If you need something cleared up, let us know.
Oh, yeah.
But we're here. Clearly
Absolutely.
confused, baby. We'll holler
Yeah,
at
so
y'all.
be it, so be it.
Yep. Peace.